talking over here, but my microphone's muted, but it's whatever, I'm not really caring. That's crazy how that somehow hit. I didn't realize those stupid Boulevard and Kistons can somehow hit from that distance. That's actually such a joke. This discipline's doing way too much damage. I'm actually really tired of it. No. Good. Good. I need to get back up here. There's no way I'm gonna be sitting down here doing absolutely nothing. It's so slow now though. This is so terrible. Oh, this is stupid. I mean, seriously? Got lifted by a Newton. Okay. I'm talking too much now. I probably wouldn't even be talking if my microphone was unmuted. I mean, muted. Also, these weapons suck on the Ravana. They barely do any damage. Like, you can't even use the Ravana anymore because you have to constantly have extremely high damage as soon as you go out, and that's the only way you can really use the Ravana. I'm getting tired of that though. I'm really getting tired of that. I don't like to do that. I really don't. Does this shit? Is there an amplifier? I don't know if it does. It doesn't. I'm liking the only build I'm actually like really confident in is this. Well, yeah, currently, yeah, this build's not finished yet. I still need. I might simply change it back. I have to put something better on this, which I don't know what I would put though. Like that's the thing, I don't know what I would put. Maybe Weber's. I might have to do Weber's on this thing. Oh, it's tough. The Ravena, it's like the only thing that works on it is the shotguns and stuff. I really don't. Or maybe I could upgrade these weapons. They're only MK2. I still have a good amount to upgrade on them. Yeah. A bit higher. Siren. The Siren still can work with that nuclear amplifier. I wish it had a repair amplifier though. This thing would be so good with a repair amplifier. Not think about it. It could be good with a nebula drone. Yeah, a nebula drone. That shield, if you take too much damage, that could be 2-second shield during your flight. That would actually be so good because then that means when you fly up, if someone's trying to shoot you, when you return, that means it's gonna activate the shield damage. That's kind of good. That is kind of good. So we'll most likely activate a repair too. Wow. Yeah, but I would still need a good drone for it. I really want a drone that repairs me. Here's the robots. Breaker, okay. Great damage. It gives me a shield break effect when I have the reflector on. That's a good one. And I think I could remove that. Put this back. Here. Bad. Really don't have many drones. Even if I did, I wouldn't be able to level them correctly. Too expensive. I don't know. I might equip the Siren again. I do want to keep the Fenrir though, because I do like the Fenrir with its amplifier, with its repair amplifier, and with the Nebula drone. I think it's gonna be a really good robot if I can get the weapons correct. I do need some better weapons on this thing. I don't think this is gonna work. I would probably want the Screamer and Howler. Those weapons. Yeah, the Growler there, and then the Screamer here. I'd probably want these weapons. Like those would be the best. Definitely. Those would be the best for this thing. Doing permanent damage and doing a good amount of that permanent damage. What? Durability percentage damage. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but I guess I'll have to see. Damper. Yeah, I really don't know what I could really use. It seems the Growler and the Screamer, are the best options, but I really don't know. Yeah, there's not many options, I will say. Yeah, I think I was originally actually gonna use this on the Fenrir. I have a Screamer, I didn't even realize I had one. I would need to upgrade it though. I don't know if it's gonna get nerfed. Probably will, actually. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I really don't. But I'm gonna say it's gonna get nerfed, so I'm not gonna use it. I like these weapons. I did like these weapons for a bit. But I don't know, I haven't really fully tested them, so I still need to do that. I could still do my Siren build with those weapons, like I still didn't finish that build. Quite a crazy thing to think about though. You could get Siren and then put that drone on it. The Hawkeye drone. Decreased gray damage. That's crazy. 5% less gray damage. Crazy. Ah, that's interesting stuff, really. I wonder if the Leo is actually still good or if it's like completely useless already. The max armor bonus stacks is 25, so if this gives you 10 defense points every time, every stack, that's 250 defense points. 250 defense points. I don't know if it's incorrect. It most likely is, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, it definitely is. But let's see. The Fenrir says it has 100 defense points, and that's 50% damage reduction. It's very weird how they describe the defense points in this game, I will say, because the Gyros has 85% damage reduction. It has 570 defense points. So 100 plus 250, that's 350. So it probably does about 70% damage reduction, which is insane amounts of damage reduction for that firepower that it has. I will say though, the Leech kind of has even more damage reduction, which is kind of crazy to think about. How much damage reduction does the Leech actually have? I think it's 90%, but what does it say on the defense points? What? It's 90%, and that's 900 defense points. Yeah, see, it's exponential as it goes. It gets exponentially a lot. Like it grows exponentially. That's kind of crazy. 900 for so 5% extra defense points is an extra. No, 5% extra damage reduction is an extra 400 defense points. That's insane. Wow. Oh. And it has 4 medium weapons. Kinda crazy. I might have to try that. I've never really tried a Leech, I will say. What does the Leech have though? I'm guessing it has terrible like modules and everything. That's probably the reason more people don't use it. Probably has terrible modules. Oh, I can't even see it. It has to have terrible modules or else I think it would be used more. Fenrir's tough though. It's simply that it's not tough enough. I need to upgrade this Nebula drone, and that's gonna get it significantly higher. And I need to upgrade these weapons a bit further. I might even need to change the weapons because these don't do that much damage, really. They really don't. They don't do enough damage compared to what everyone else is doing, it seems. Which I guess I'm comparing it to the shotguns, which is like completely disproportionate. Like it's not even a comparison, really. So I don't know how I'm supposed to compare these. I really don't know. Yeah, okay, I know how to compare it. I need to do the Screamer and Howler. Those are the only way I can really use these weapons. I can use these types of this type of weapon. Also has a shorter reload. Yeah, that's crazy. These weapons have terrible damage per minute. Like, absolutely terrible damage per minute. Growlers and Screamers are so much better in every single way. They almost do more damage per shot, per shot, which there's 3 shots in each shot. And they have, like, what, 300 more meters of range and half the reload time. Yeah, they're quite better. So I think I have to use those. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use these. Okay. I do have one, but it's not leveled, so I'm not gonna use it yet. I need to level it first. I do need to level it first. If I get an ultimate Fenrir, that'd be even better. I wonder what's the, well, I guess the point of having a Fenrir instead of Leech is that the Fenrir has its ability always, and the Leech doesn't. See, this is 71% damage reduction, which is 250 defense points. The exact same amount as the Leo. Yeah, is it the Leo? Okay, is that here in the leaderboard? That's somewhere else. I want to find where that's at. I don't know where where it showed the Leo and everything. It'd be in here, but I don't know exactly. I know this is where it shows a bunch of the data pads and stuff, but I feel like I didn't actually see it in here, so that's the reason. It wasn't in there. Oh, there it is. It's this stuff. Yeah. Leo. So yeah, 250 is the exact same amount. 150. Yeah, that ultimate Fenrir would be really nice to have. It'd be really nice to have. Crazy though, it really is. That ultimate Fenrir. 71% damage reduction. 71% damage reduction. That is insane. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird for the Siren. Because yeah, you might have 80% damage reduction, but the robot only has 150,000 health. So it's like, it's really stupid. It makes you seem like you're gonna be able to take a lot of damage, but you're not. You really can't. You really can't take a lot of damage. And I really hate that it doesn't have a repair amplifier. It's stupid. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to put the Scorpion build back. This build simply isn't good enough. And the limings for the Scorpion, I don't think that's gonna work. Especially, I don't, wait, yeah, there is. Okay, there is a version of the limings, but they don't do enough damage. Yeah, they simply don't do enough damage. Yeah. They simply don't do enough damage. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to probably use, or simply keep the same builds that I've already had on it for a long time, or use the new weapons. Growler. I wonder if they have the new weapons here. Oh, never mind. Oh, they do. Okay, Howler. So we have Howler, Growler, and Screamer. So yeah, I would have to put Howler and Growler on this. Definitely. For this to be as good as it's supposed to be. Basically. And, I wonder if that would be a good idea, though. These weapons, do they do more damage in a shorter period of time? 4,000 per shot. 2,000 per shot, but it shoots 3 shots. Yeah, okay, so definitely I would say the Havocs do more damage per shot, and probably within that whatever period of time I'm gonna stay there for. So yeah, they're probably the best. I think, yeah, I think they're the best for this robot. Probably the best for this robot, yeah. The only other weapon I can actually think about being better is the new weapons, of course. The stupid shotguns that do so much damage. But even those have a slight inconvenience because the damage that they hit for can be repaired. That's insane amounts of damage. They do the same, I've already said this, but they do the same amount of damage as the Mark II version of the other weapon. At level 1 though. That's their base value. And that's the other one is the level 13 version basically. So yeah, I would have to upgrade it 13 times before it's actually on the same level, and then it could be a fair fight. Wow, that's insane, which I'm guessing this thing would probably do like 20,000 damage or so at that level. That's insane. Actually crazy. Thing is, even if they half this number, that's still more than the base value of this Havoc. So, I'm tempted to actually get these weapons. Because, like I said, even if they half it, it's still gonna be a lot more. It's still gonna be a lot more. So yeah, it's interesting. Or I could use these weapons. The ARM M80 weapons and new weapons because they have a durability percentage damage. That just seems insane. I don't know how that's gonna work. Really, I really don't know how they're gonna balance that. 2% durability percentage damage. Oh my, that's so weird. It does 2% of your durability every time it hits you. That's insane. I don't know how they're gonna balance that at all. I don't know how they're gonna balance that. And damage of a percentage of durability to enemies by triggering the half-life of the material of the target, destructive at medium to close range. Close range. I didn't even realize I can't actually see this. It's all ammo and reloads. Slowly shoots all ammo. Okay, interesting. With the energy cell. Oh, okay. I remember that weapon. I remember the weapon now. Okay. Yeah, that weapon's gonna be really good in close range. But will it be better? Will it be better than... I don't know. The Screamer or the Magwan? Magwan? I don't know. Because this one still does a lot of damage. And it can do it very quickly. And that's difficult to win against, really. Even if your weapon does percentage damage. But, yeah, it's just possible. It could be. It's very possible. Very possible. Okay, let's, go ahead and equip some new weapons here. I'm gonna start researching... Am I... I don't know if I will, actually. Because if I do... Well, I already have, kept it, so yeah, I guess I will. I've researched so much of it already. I don't know what I'm gonna put on this build then, if I do that. I mean, what am I gonna use on this build if I research... If I'm trying to research that? I really don't know. I'm looking in the store. Oops. This is what I actually have. I do have a liming. 2 limings. If I wanted to do that. 1 unknown shatter. I could do a full build of shatters. I don't want to do shatters though, they're quite stupid. Damage is weak. 15k per shatter. It's not even good though, actually. Like, if you think about it, it's not good because they fire really slowly. And they fire really slowly, but they do near the same amount of damage as the Havocs. So they're worse than the Havocs because the Havocs fire faster, and they don't recharge while you're in your ability. So as soon as you come out of your ability, you're not going to have any of your ammo ready. Yep. I really wanted to do some of my ultimate weapons, but I don't have enough. Wish I did, though. I could do Sinister Pulsars. I should have enough of these. I guess I don't have the Mark II versions, but I have enough. Here, I have a bunch of those. Or I could simply replace the Ravena, which I could also do, because the Ravena is starting to be difficult to use, because it's gonna have to, it's seeming like I'm gonna have to use the Ravena with a different build, and it's going to use the new weapons. Like, I don't want to do that. I mean, it's obvious I don't want to do that. I've been trying to use these old builds for a reason. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this Ravena. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Ravena. Could simply keep it with a Havoc. Havoc, I guess is okay. It's rough. It is rough. Yeah, that's the thing about the Ravena. All it does is it's able to wait out your ability, but that's literally all it does. Able to wait out your ability, but that's it. That's all it does. I don't know what I'm really supposed to do. Maybe I could put a better drone on it. I still could put a Nebula drone on this. That could definitely work. Then do that build. Do the Havoc build. Maybe. I don't have another Nebula, and even if I did, I wouldn't have it leveled at all. Barely get one to level to the correct level. Definitely not gonna be able to get two. Yeah, it's tough. It really is tough. I'm thinking this build though, the Webbers, because this is gonna allow for it to be significantly more versatile. But it's not gonna be doing significant amounts of damage. It could do okay damage, but not a lot. So about 69k. 70k. Per every time I shoot. 70k. Yeah. It's not terrible. Like if I do that every time and get 70k off, it could work, but it's not a lot. It really isn't. Like you're gonna be doing a bunch of phase shifts all to get 70k or 140k. That's it. That's all you're doing with this build. Not enough. Really not enough. What can I do? Can I upgrade this a bit more? Yeah, I can. Okay, I can upgrade that a bit further. Maybe get it to like 30k, so about 90k a shot, let's say. 90k a shot, and then 100, so it's 180k per 2 shots. That's not bad. That's definitely, that's a bit better. But is it enough? Is it enough to say this build is worth it to be in my hangar? I don't know. I really don't know. I think what I need is a good drone to boost the damage. Yeah, that's what I need. Then I could see that. I could definitely see if I had a good drone to boost the damage, I could see it working. But I don't even know what drone would do that. I don't even know. All the damage boosting drones have seemed to like disappeared. Seem to disappear. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It's funny how they completely killed this drone. It used to give you a stack of damage, but it doesn't do any of that now. It literally doesn't. It doesn't even stack, even for the Curie. That's what it's meant for. It's meant for the Curie, and it doesn't even stack for the Curie. There's no stacks on it anymore. There's no damage increase except for this. But it's not even a stack, it's simply a base value. Simply a value. Not an increase at all. Okay. That's interesting. But like I said, it's not what I want. I want one that increases the damage output. There's none. There's literally none. The Kestrel is an interesting one, but it only has 150 meters range. Unless that can be increased. No. Cannot be. Ah, jeez. I think they removed all of the damage boosting ones that stack. I think that's literally how it is now. I don't think there's a single drone that boosts your damage. It stacks the boosts. Yeah, I'm correct. There's not a single one. Wow. That's crazy. Wonder why. I guess it's because it's maybe it's like a too general type of thing, I guess. The only reason I can really say that makes sense. But with Pixonic, I think it's a marketing type of thing. I think they're saving that for another drone. They're probably gonna put that on another drone and simply, I don't know, maybe they'll keep it and simply lower it down so much that you probably don't even want to put it on after it's been sold already, of course. If your robot is in stealth mode, yeah. Okay, yeah, there's not a single drone that increases damage output with a stack type. Quite sad. Wish I had more. Wish I had one more. Weber. I somehow don't have enough Webers. Literally bought 3 recently. All Mark II. Put 1 on a Ravager. And yeah. Still don't have enough. I mean, it makes sense, of course, but still. I had a lot of Webers. I mean, this thing uses 5. It's insane how many Webers this thing uses. But it does a lot of damage. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I will say, though, I think the Crisis is better. Yeah, Crisis is probably better for this job. Probably. Yeah, probably so. With that ability is too good. It's way too good. Damage boost and having a shield break, that is so good. 10% damage boost and then having a shield break. That's way too good. That's exactly what it needs, though. I need a shield break. I've seen a lot of robots with a shield. I can't do anything about them. The only thing about the Crisis is, though, that it's so massive. It's such a huge robot. But that could also be a plus, because it can really get in positions that this thing might not be able to actually get into. So, yeah, it's very possible. But yeah, I'm gonna have to switch to the Crisis anyways. I think the Crisis with that shield break effect, I think it's gonna be worth it either way. So this thing's temporary. Definitely. I wonder if I could take this thing off. Take 1 off and put it on the Ravena. I don't know, I'm tempted to simply remove the Ravena. I really am. I'm tempted to simply remove the Ravena. Like, I really don't think the Ravena is going to be able to perform like this. I really don't think so. I have to use the new weapons. And then I have to rely on if they're good. That's it, really. If they're good and if they're going to stay good. That's what I mean. So, yeah, I'm gonna change out the Ravena. Yeah. I really didn't want to do this, but yeah, I'm gonna have to. The only way I would not do it, I guess, if I did the Weber setup and did 90k every shot. Which is not bad. Not too bad. Is it enough though? Is the question. Is it enough? I mean, let's think. What could I do? Hello? Okay, I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me fix this. Okay. Seems to be fixed now. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe. I don't know what that was. I really don't. That was weird. Yeah, the thing about this though, it's like, if I'm gonna be playing with these weapons, like, am I gonna be playing with a sniper build or what? Actually, it's kind of an interesting build. Kind of an interesting one, actually, if you think about it. You can just go in, get a shot off for 90k, and, well, currently 60 or 70k, and leave. The only thing is, I need a good robot, or a good drone to boost my damage. Really all I need, but there isn't any. Actually, what there is the Kestrel drone. I could use a Kestrel. Which, yeah, that's not too bad. 77% additional damage. And with this, you can actually stack it, make it do a bit more. But you lose basically everything. I mean, seriously, there isn't that much about that. That's good. I would think I would rather have on-kill defense points, really, than having a bit more damage output like that. And having a beacon capture defense points. I don't know, really. I could do another whiteout drone, maybe? EMP area effect, yeah. 100 meters. A whiteout drone could be decent. I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna change it back to the Siren, really. I feel like this build is not good enough, really. Like, I feel like whatever I put on this thing, it's not gonna be good enough, except using the new weapons, like I said. But yeah, I'm simply gonna remove the Ravena. I tried, but the Ravena, I don't think it's gonna be good enough. I really don't. So what am I gonna put in its place? That's the question. The Siren is definitely a possibility. Definitely. Condor. Could I do the Condor? Could I? No, because then, I mean, I guess I could, but still, it's like, I was trying to think about the best way to use the what is it called? A Skyward drone? I don't know what it's called. Let me check. The Hawkeye. Okay, I don't know how I messed that one up so bad, but the Hawkeye drone. I was thinking about the best way to use it, and yeah. I wouldn't be able to use it on this. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Basically, I don't think I would. Yeah, there's isn't much of a reason to use it on this. Regular and great durability. For each destroyed shields, the shields are refreshed with each ability activation. While in flight, the robot's integrated weaponry also deals damage to enemies. To the enemy's gray durability. Upon pressing the button again, the robot lands. 90% additional damage to Titans. That's insane. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I have seen the Condor be able to get shot down. And that's the problem I don't want to have to face. I don't want to have to get shot down. I don't want to get shot down, I mean. I really don't want to get shot down. I don't know how this is even a robot, really. The ultimate destrier. I don't know how that's even a thing, really. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Must have been like a really fun time for Pixonic to make such a thing. To think about making such a thing. But I think it's between the Siren. Could I do an Angler? I'm trying to think. So 3 light weapons and 1 heavy weapon. It's not bad firepower with a physical shield. Not bad. Really not bad. I think it even has, yeah, and it has an immune amplifier, repair and immune amplifier. More damage output. I think it has more damage output than 3 medium weapons. Should. A heavy weapon and 3 light weapons. I think that's more damage output. Even so, it has a good physical shield. That's definitely gonna work. But except the physical shield isn't as good as a Condor, which can literally replace it every single time it flies, which is a bit of a joke. And it has probably even more health than a dang physical shield from it. This thing can be replaced. Well, it can't be replaced, yet the Condor still has more health each time it flies, even though it can replace it every time it flies. Yeah, that's the balancing on this game. That's the balancing. That's how it works. That's how it works on this game. With that logic, this thing should have like a 600k physical shield or 700, 800k physical shield. Seriously. Probably even a million physical shield. At that point, I don't think that the Condor should be having basically the same physical shield every time it flies. It doesn't make sense. So, I don't know if they're gonna nerf it or... I mean, they already did nerf it. Like, it's been significantly nerfed already, and it's still powerful. So I don't know if they're gonna nerf it again. That'd be crazy. What I could do for the Condor is do a Nebula drone on it. So if they break through the physical shield, they then do damage to me, which then activates the Nebula. That could work. And that kind of saves me from some stuff. Let's see. I think it has the same firepower, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, never mind. The Siren has more firepower. That's good. 2 heavy weapons and a light weapon. This thing has 1 heavy weapon and 2 light weapons. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting. I'm tempted to put the Siren. I really am. I really am. Because with a Nebula drone, it could be quite strong. I could see it. I could definitely see it. But yeah, the Siren's main ability, that stupid thing that just shoots, the built-in weapon, it is bad. It is really bad. Like, it's bad. Like, it's really bad. Like, I don't know what to say. The Hawk has a better built-in weapon, and it's older, I think. Jeez, it's bad. Doesn't even say how much range this thing has with the built-in weapon. That's stupid. I don't know. I'm tempted to do a Condor, but like I said, it's literally a decently new robot. It's not even that old. So I'm worried about it. Worried about it. And I could definitely see my Siren working. I mean, it already has. People don't like shooting a Siren because they know they're gonna get hit back. It's rough. It is rough. But yeah, this thing is so much better in like most ways. That built-in weapon is so much better than the Sirens. And it can repair great durability. The only thing is basically every time it flies, you basically have to focus it. Because if you don't, then it's simply gonna land again, and then yeah, it's gonna fly again after that. But with the Siren, you technically don't have to focus it, because if you do, you're gonna deal damage to yourself. The only time you should focus it is when it's very open, so you can take the damage with your teammates. That's the only time. That's also the tough thing about the Siren, though, is like every time you fly up, you're risking getting focused too hard and then dying. Yeah, it's tough sometimes. It's just tough. It is really tough. Like, on some maps, you simply cannot play on the majority of the map because every time you fly up, you're gonna get focused. So I do want to use the Condor simply because of that. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about it. Let me look at the pilots for the Condor. I should have all of them. Okay, there's only one. Accumulates the lockdown effect. That's kind of crazy. Oh, there's two. That's weird. Really weird. I would rather have the lockdown effect. Really. It's tough. It really is. It really is tough. The links. I don't like the links. I still don't like the links because it seems to only work with the new weapons. And even, I mean, it can work with the old weapons, but it's not as good. I mean, it should be obvious. But it doesn't have much future-proofing in the modules because it doesn't have good modules. It doesn't have the nuclear amplifier, it doesn't have the repair amplifier, it doesn't have anything that progresses in the match. That's a problem. That's a very big problem. I'm simply not okay with that, really. Not okay with that at all. $120,000. 20,000, that seems like a lot. Condor. Siren. Oh my. Has almost double the health of the Siren. That's not good. That's really not good. What is the Condor's drone? I forgot. What is the Condor's drone? The Wave? Each broken physical shielding robot adds an Aegis shield. Interesting, okay. It's not terrible. Not great though. So, it has a duration of 14 seconds. And cooldown is 15 seconds. Very interesting. Very interesting. What I don't like about the Condor, though, is that when it flies and then it exits its ability, it immediately removes those shields. So as soon as you try to fall down, you basically die. If you're not in cover, which is definitely a problem. I mean, come on now, it's not... You can simply fall down without your shields, and they can easily kill you if they waited long enough. That's definitely a problem. So, I want to try to fix that, but I don't know if there's a way without using the newest drone. Yeah, well, not the newest drone, but the second newest, the Oppo. One landing, Aegis shield. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Decently tired and I'm trying to think about this, but it's not like a bad thing. It's simply that that's how I am currently. I am tempted to use my siren though, because it could work with the nebula, but with the condor, I don't know. Hades was quite a fun robot. I wish I could keep it, but it's not so simple. Not so simple. We'll say though, I don't have any robots with a shield though. With a retribution ability like that. It is simply an absorber shield though. I think. Was it? Yeah. Yeah, it's simply an absorber shield. Yeah, it is simply an absorber shield. I don't really have any other robot like that. The meter, yeah, of course that has one, but it doesn't have much firepower. 3 medium weapons. But no damage amplification with like a nuclear amplifier or something. Definitely a problem. Yeah, I wish I could use the Skyros. I wish I could. I wish I still had the repair amplifier. That was a really nice one, but they changed it. It doesn't have a repair amplifier anymore. Beacon operator. I mean, come on now. Why would they do that? It's actually so stupid that they did that. Okay, which one am I doing? Siren or Condor? Um... Yeah, that is true. The Siren has that ability that can teleport you back, which is quite useful. I mean, seriously. Quite useful. Condor doesn't, which is not good. But every time you fall, you're really in danger. You're really in danger. Okay, every time you fall, you're in danger. I mean, I don't think I can realistically say I should do the Condor because of that. Even though it has a terrible built-in weapon, even though the Siren has a terrible built-in weapon, I don't think I can use the Condor. I don't really care that much about the built-in weapon, and it has 2 heavy weapons. The Siren has 2 heavy weapons, so it does kind of make up for it. So I'll use the Siren. And I guess I'll do that currently. And for this, let's see, what could I do for this? I don't know. I really don't know. The Screamers could be good again, because they do permanent damage. Always good. It's always good to try to do gray damage. I'm currently gonna keep the same build I had on it before. Built. I don't have any other ways I can really use this thing. Apparently, I don't have enough weapons. These things suck. I'm not using these things. Yeah, everything else doesn't work. I mean, what else would possibly work on this thing? Nothing. I would have to upgrade something. And obviously, I'm not doing that. Especially currently. So late. For the drone. Okay, I could do Armadillo. The armadillo could work, but it's not that good. Shade drone would be a significant upgrade with the damage per, the defense points every time you deal 150,000 damage. A bit better. But also the nebula. Yeah, I can still do the nebula. I still can. Nebula would be good. Definitely. I think I have to do a nebula. I have to really save this thing. Because I know it's gonna get focused. I know it's gonna get focused out of the air. I know it will. So if I don't do a nebula, it's gonna get focused and killed. Every time I fly up. Oh, well, not every time, but it's too much times. That's how much. It's gonna be too much. I still could see this thing being a sniper, but it, like I said, it doesn't really have that much firepower for a sniper. Like, you want to be able to hit and then have the robot dead. But with this build, you're not going to really do that as often. Even though you can kind of get in different angles and stuff like that with the flight ability, I don't think it's going to be worth it. I think the Crisis is simply going to be the perfect robot for that. But for this, what am I going to do? I don't know, I really don't know. I could do like one of the base drones, like the starter drone. 1 mile damage, it repairs me. It's quite a good thing. 5-second cooldown is quite good. But it sucks with only like 12,000. That really click, hello? 12,000 repairable durability. That is so small. What I would really like, actually. Well, actually, would I like that? No. All I need is durability repaired. I don't care about defense points. Defense points are not going to help me in this situation because I already have more than enough. To get even more, I would need a lot of defense points. And like to even get more damage reduction, like a significant amount, I would need a lot of defense points. And yeah, it's not worth it. I'd do the reviver drone on this thing. And I guess I don't think I'll do that. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Huh. 100,000 damage within 3 seconds. Dude, why is it so high? I don't understand. Repair fix, that's quite good. But I do want to keep my quantum radar. Unless Ooh, unless I could do drone, like the Seeker. I could do the drone. I could do the Seeker drone, but it doesn't go up to, I don't think it goes up to 600 meters. No, it doesn't. There's no way. No way it goes up to 600 meters. I'm gonna keep that. I'm definitely gonna keep that. So I need a drone that repairs me. That's what I really need. That repairs gray damage too. Or reduces it. This one does work, but it won't save me from significant amounts of damage. It also won't heal me. It'll simply reduce the damage dealt to me. Well, it will heal me, I guess, because of this, but I don't think that's going to work most of the time since it only has 350 meters range. I mean, 100,000 damage is better than the Nebula, though. 150,000 damage. I mean, 150,000 damage, that's insane. At least this is 100,000. But it's within 3 seconds. And it only goes into stealth for 0.8 seconds. It's very small amounts of time. Yeah, I'm gonna do Nebula. Nebula is, gonna be significantly better. Or this, the whiteout drone does repair a significant portion of health. Simply don't know. So I think my options are the beak drone, the whiteout drone, the Nebula, or the Hawkeye. Those are my options. I think so. The UFO drone, I don't think this one's gonna work because I think it's gonna get nerfed. I don't know how hard, so I don't think I'm gonna use it. Yeah, what I don't understand though is how this exactly works. If the robot receives over 150,000 damage within 5 seconds, activates Absorber. Yeah, but this robot only has barely over 150,000 health. So it's like, is that really gonna work? I don't really know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know if it factors in the reflector I have, and maybe it would activate sooner, which would be nice if that's how it works. Because it would give me significantly more time to actually save myself. Chances. I don't know. Nebula or Beak? Nebula or Beak? I think I'm gonna have to go Beak drone. Or the Oyopo. Because I don't think it's going to change that much. Like, think about it, it shouldn't completely change. Yeah, our armor plates are really good. Like, that is insane. That's already a repair, basically. 80% extra durability, that's insane. While you're in the air. And then the on landing Aegis shield. Really good. I don't know what to say, really. The Oyopo drone is basically perfect currently for the Siren. But I don't know how much is gonna get nerfed. Even if it does get nerfed significantly, having that extra health could still help a lot. I don't know how much it's gonna be though. That's the only thing. 80% currently what it's at. I don't know, if it drops to like 60 or 50, that could still be okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the beak drone. The repair, I think it's gonna be perfect. Only problem is gray damage. That is the only problem. Okay, I think the big drone's gonna work. I simply need to wait a bit every time I want to activate my ability, which I guess could be okay. I think it'll be okay. Oh. I didn't realize. I thought it was if the robot receives damage more than 100,000 damage within 3 seconds. That's insane. I didn't even know. Okay, well that's stupid. That kind of removes that idea. Thought it was if the robot takes damage, it immediately activates stealth for 0.8 seconds. And it had a 30-second cooldown. Maybe the shade drone? With a repair unit? Maybe simply the Hawkeye. With the gray damage reduction. think I'm going to have to do the Shade Drone. That's the only one that actually has something that's good enough. Really? I don't know what else would possibly be good enough. The last stand could be really useful. Like at the start, that's what I need that last stand for. When I fly up, I'm probably gonna be focused by a lot of people, and it could help me get that good amount of damage done at the start. Simply because it activates, I mean, at 80% health. Exactly what I need. The only thing is it only gives me defense points, which like I said, I don't want defense points, I want health. And gray HP restored. Yeah. Seems that's going to happen though. The Nebula, I did want to use the Nebula, but I'm starting to not want to because it simply only works when you take 150,000 damage within 5 seconds. A lot of damage, and I don't know that's if it works correctly. Like, is that going to work the reflector, or only if my robot takes that amount of damage? So this is interesting. I could do the Persephone, and that would repair my durability by 14,000 every time I land on the ground and wait 16 seconds for the cooldown. That's interesting. Paired me based on a percentage though. Yeah, 14,000 isn't that much though for 16 seconds of wait. Really not that great. But it's constant, so it can definitely add up. Definitely add up. Oh yeah, wait. Forgot, the big drone has a first hit stealth. On first hit. Yeah, so it gets a 3-second stealth on the first hit. But then after that, if the robot receives more than 100,000 damage within 3 seconds. That's still significant amounts of damage. Significant amounts of damage. It's too much damage. Way too much. But it would be better. Yeah, it would be better. It would be better than a Shade drone. Definitely. So Beak is still on the table here. Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to do Beak then. Ooh. Ooh, okay. 30%. Quite good. Within 70,000 damage within 5 seconds, repairs a portion of its durability immediately. 30%. That is quite good. And it cannot lose its weapons. Okay. Ah, 30% immediately, okay. But, so it would have to be great damage to stop it, basically. Wait, what? Wait. The Huraku drone could be really good. Do I have one? I thought I did, but I guess I don't. Huraku. Huraku. That could be a good one. It does additional damage based on the stacks, but it also gives you extra durability. The thing is, it doesn't give you defense points, which I was thinking it maybe did. But it does give me extra 10% durability. Okay, it's not that good, I guess. Actually quite good. Okay, there's something here. It can repair great damage. Okay. Oops. Okay, still difficult to choose. It is still difficult to choose. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna do Hawkeye. 25% damage reduction for gray damage is really good. The only problem with that is I don't have anything to protect me at the start of the match. If I want to simply get in and get some damage done. Then again, I could simply not go in really hard. Okay, I think what I'll do an armor kit here. So I'll increase my durability by a bit. And I actually will do a beak drone. Yeah. That's, I think that's gonna be how it's going to work. That beak drone's simply gonna help me significantly. Yeah, I think so, but let me keep looking. Yeah, I really hate that. I really hate that about the beak, that it has to do 100,000 damage to me before it activates. Like, it could be too late by then. It actually could be. That's the reason I want to do the Hawkeye. Cause yeah, I have that little 3-second first hit type stuff, which is really nice to have, but after that, it's done. Okay, I think I'll do the lockdowner actually. Lockdowner drone. It'd be really good with the, as it's called, lockdowner ability. Yeah, it's called a paralysis actually, but yeah, lockdowner ability enables all robot weapons to apply lockdown, which is really good, and it's going to upgrade it's going to increase the percentage as I upgrade it. And every time I repair my robot, which I'm probably going to do in the air, it's going to give me some extra damage, and it's going to give me some extra defense points. Barely any. 20 is like nothing, but yeah, it's something. That lockdown is going to be quite useful to have. So I think that's going to be worth it, instead of having 25% gray damage reduction. It doesn't help me though when that's the only thing. I keep thinking about it. It doesn't help me when I'm like in a situation where I want to keep my robot alive and I'm being shot by a bunch of people. It will not help me there. So again, beak drone could be the better option. Simply for keeping the robot alive. But it's really tough. Really tough. That's quite good, having extra defense points. So that's like 500. Having a bit more could be nice. And then having it also repair gray damage. Also nice, but it's on a threshold. Oh, would it activate again if I went like above that health? That's interesting. Maybe it would. Pascal could be good. Pascal could still be a good drone, maybe so. Maybe so. Okay. Oh, geez. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's so complicated, but I think I'm going to do a beak drone. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a beak drone. But I don't have it, so it's whatever. Let's put on a shade drone. Yeah, it's the best one I have for this. There's no way I have a better one. No way. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't. Okay, good stuff. Okay, let's go into one more match. Been a long time. Holy. It's been what, like an hour? More than that, maybe? It's crazy. Crazy how long it uses in this game to find something you need. How many things there are. How many like little adjustments you have to make. this weapon wait, what? Does this weapon simply have a load time? No, it regenerates. It simply wasn't regenerating for some reason. Okay, I'm dead, dude. Okay, he had one new weapon. It was enough to kill me. That's great. Yeah, this is a lot of enemies. My weapons suck, holy. I'm somehow still alive, I don't know how. I'm dead now. stuff. The Mender's still such a good robot. I really like the Mender. I wish I had more damage output though. At least currently it has more damage output available, but I don't have the weapons for it. I don't have the correct weapons to do that extra damage. Yep. Okay, let's play one more. That was fun, actually, with the Fenrir. That was good. Fenrir really survived a long time. It didn't really build up its stacks that much, though, which is a bit sad. Stacks were supposed to build up a bit faster. Probably a Scorpion on this map. I could have done my sniper build, but try Scorpion for a bit. For that Mender. Dude. He turns around. I have my shield at full HP. He turns around and just dead instantly. It died instantly, and then he just killed me, even though I already pressed the button to teleport back. My robot didn't even have the time to actually go back before I was dead. Stupid shotguns do so much damage, it's actually so stupid. I just won a teammate, that was a good play. Great play, in fact. Funny how I lost a weapon, so I have even less damage output than I already had. Why are you not going forward? Trying to come over here, help you, Scorpion. Also jump on that guy, most likely. Let's go, jump on him. I'm dead. Let's begin the sniping. Okay. Could have hit that shot, but the lag said no. Weird. Okay, there it is. Took a bit to go in, but yeah, it's there. What is happening there? Oof. Quite obvious they lost this match. Look at this. Okay, I'm done. 2:40 a.m. I need to go to sleep. Here, I have 200. Workshop is going 5% faster now. Oh, it's still level 19 and it hasn't even moved much. I have to get to level 25 to unlock the third one. That is so incredibly stupid. It's gonna use so long. I'll use a long time, but I hope we can get there not too long. Hopefully it won't use too long, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this was interesting. Some different changes. Ravana's gone now. Which is a bit crazy. But yeah, I had to remove it. Definitely still not removing the Scorpion though. Scorpion's still really good. with the EMP. Whiteout drone. Still good. It's still a very good setup. I need to perfect the Fenrir build a bit more. I need to change the Ravager for the Crisis with Gauss. I need to perfect the Siren a bit more too with the Beak drone, I think. And of course the Mender, I still need to add some better weapons to this. Maybe a better drone too, because I don't think this Reviver drone's gonna stay on there. Really don't think so. Yep.